मिल मेरे प्रीतमा जियो तुद बिन करी न मानी मिल मेरे प्रीतमा जियो तुद बिन करी न मानी मैं नैनी नींद न आवे जियो मैं नैनी नींद न आवे जियो पावे अन्न न पानी मिल मेरे प्रीतमा जियो तुद बिन करी न मानी
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to a special edition of Community Talks for International Women's Day. I'm very pleased to be joined by renowned international artist Anita Lerche, who's based in the United States, originally from Denmark. Anita, welcome to SIKH Channel on International Women's Day.
Sat Shri Akal, Davinder Ji, and thank you so much for letting me be here celebrating with you on International Women's Day.
And we're joining together on this auspicious day across the world where many ladies and men come together to celebrate the joys of women and all the hard work and appreciate the role of women in society, whether they are mothers or working in lots of different areas of industry and professions, and really recognize the importance of equality, which is the foundation of the Sikh faith. The Sikh faith has been ahead by over 500 years compared to other faiths, other Abrahamic faiths, which see women very much in a secondary role. But the Sikh faith has always given women a great role and priority and equality and respect. And it's on this day that you've chosen to launch your first Gurbani Shabad. Can you please tell us about that?
Ji. So today I'll be releasing my first Gurbani Shabad, Mil Mere Pritama Jiyo. I was reciting this special Shabad more than 10 years back at a Vishes Darbar in Copenhagen. And when I heard it first time by Bhai Surtan Singh Ji, it touched me very, very much. The lyrics spoke to me, the longing to be united with the divine spoke to me so much. So I always wanted, after that recital back in 2012, I always wanted to record it. And finally, 3 years back, I met the producer Mohit Kashyap in Jalandhar and filmmaker Harjit Singh. He was supporting me and said, yes, let's make this special project. So during the pandemic, we got to make the music recording and a beautiful footage from Punjab, from the River Beas and several gurdwaras. And I was back in US, and I had to film it using a green screen and being merged into the video. But it's a musical tribute and my offering to the global Sikh community on this special day, on Hola Mahalla and International Women's Day. And I truly hope that it will open many hearts and also help enlighten people and make them learn more about Sikh sacred music and Sikhism.
That's tremendous, thank you. This particular Shabad, Mil Mere Pritam Jiyo, is an absolute classic Shabad which many of our viewers will be familiar with. As you mentioned, by Surjan Singh Ragi, very famous Ragi in the 1960s, whose recording is played across the world, and people know his particular recording of this Shabad. This Shabad, because it talks about the unhappiness and the feeling of misery and low feeling of mood of a woman who's separated from God and the Shabbat talks about how she can become reunited. So it's very appropriate that you've chosen this particular Shabbat for International Women's Day, because often women do suffer for various reasons across the world, and injustices or inequality. And this Shabbat can give a lot of women who are in a difficult situation a lot of comfort, and they can find through the union with Simran, with Waheguru, with God, they can find comfort and support in a difficult time. What would you like to say about that?
It is so true, and kirtan is really so powerful. It can really make us connect with the divine, with the Vaheguru, um, and it's so powerful. And you're right, when we are connected with our hearts, with the divine spirit, we get so much comfort. And when we get in contact with the intuition, with the divine, that helps us back to navigating our lives and become and feel strong, so we can act and do what we have to do. So I hope it will inspire many men and women, to give them comfort and lots of love and inspiration, so they can see clear the path and what they have to do.
And what challenges have you found yourself? Because you've come from a relatively, say, modern or progressive society. You joined the Punjabi world, in terms of which is sometimes a little bit more regressive or in a different era with traditions. How did you find that transition from Danish society to Punjabi society?
I just refound a part of my own soul in Punjab, and I felt home. And what I love is the colorful Punjabi culture, the music, the language. And initially, it was the Punjabi Bhangra that I fell in love with, the rhythms and the feeling of it. And what I love about this music is that it unites people across borders, cultures, and religions. It's so universal, and it spreads happiness. And I just want to say that reciting Shabads and doing the more devotional, sacred music from the Sikhism, it just goes the opposite direction. So it just helps us navigating inwards and connecting with our hearts in a very subtle and deep, soulful way. So I found so many different things in Punjab, and the people of Punjab, that's what I love the most.
Because Punjabi culture is very famous across the world. And I know many Indian people and people from other communities like to associate with Punjabi culture because it's very popular. A little bit like, say, Italian culture is very popular in the West. Everybody likes Italian food and Italian culture. In a similar way, Punjabi culture is very popular. And a very important part of that is Gurbani Kirtan, is the Sikh faith, is very strong and the predominant faith across the Punjab. And in terms of looking forward, what are your next projects? Because you're transitioning from a traditional Punjabi folk singer into more dharmic geets. You had a release last year, which we shared on SIKH Channel Simran, which was very popular. And now we have this Shabad. So the dharmic geets and your dharmic music, is that finding more popularity, you think?
It's something I especially found during the pandemic. It's some we need it for our souls, for to help support our balance inwards. We do need dharmic music very much these days, for healing, for meditation, and for that special connection with the divine. So I am, for the future, I am thinking to I've thought about it for several years, but I would love to make some tribute to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, um, and maybe even sing it in English to inspire people, to teach them more, so they also know about the Sikh faith, as love and equality and all the special things that I love about Sikhism. So reaching out to children and to people who are not from the Sikh faith, that would be something that I would like to focus on.
That's tremendous. Thank you very much, Anita. And in terms of International Women's Day, it's an important event across the world. We'll be releasing your Shabbat on the Sikh channel as part of our programming for International Women's Day. And the Sikh faith, what have you learned about the Sikh faith and equality? Because equality of man and woman is enshrined in the Sikh faith and is one of our founding principles of equality and respect for all, regardless of sex, race, colour or creed. What would you say about that?
I would say that it's what is so unique about the Sikh faith is exactly what you're talking about, and I've experienced it personally by living with Sikh families in Jalandhar, uh, in in Punjab, and also whenever I go to the Golden Temple, I just experience this divine peace, and I see equality. I see one humanity. I see people from different faiths coming to the Golden Temple, and the free langar is so special that everybody are together and we sit together and we eat together like that. So, but I think a lot of people maybe don't know that they are welcome in the Golden Temple to experience it. I spoke with someone yesterday, and I would like to let people know that they can go and experience a Gurdwara and meet the local community, and because they're opening up their doors and want to share about their principles and their religion. And I love the selfless service aspect, which I just see and experience whenever I'm with the Sikhs around the world, how they want to make a positive difference whenever it's needed and wherever it's needed, not only for the Sikh people, for every people who are in need. And that's another aspect that I love very much.
That's tremendous. Thank you very much, Anita. And what are your plans for the future? Have you any future plans coming up after this particular race? Any more devotional, Gurbani, Dharma Geet related productions?
I am, I want to see how the feedback is from the global Sikh community. And I could imagine that it would be wonderful to make some more dharmic music. So I'm very open for that. I'm doing a few collaborations these days, and I have got some projects that I'm working on that I cannot reveal too much about. But I'm very hopeful that this Shabbat will be inspire people, and also inspire me to what the next step is, what I can do to for the Sikh, for the global Sikh community and for the world, how I can serve in the best possible way.
That's absolutely tremendous. Thank you very much, Anita. And we wish you well with this launch. And we will certainly help to promote it on SIKH Channel. We'll be playing it throughout the next month or so and sharing it on our social media. If anybody wants to see the Gurbani Kirtan, the Shabbat in full, the video, they can see it on the SIKH Channel social media or on the Sky television platform. And we hope that it's very successful and encourages you and other artists to make such releases on important days. International Women's Day is celebrated largely in the Western world. It's a international day which is recognized across the Western world. But in reality, in the Sikh world, women play an important part every single day, not just one particular day of the year. Women are recognized 365 days a year in the Sikh and Punjabi community as important, respectful, and equal people in our communities and our lives.
Yes, exactly. And I've experienced that while I was living in Punjab over this period of 10 years. I experienced how the women was treated with respect and love, and I know so many talented Punjabi women who are just shining their light, and it's such a thrill to see and such a huge inspiration. And for me, as a Danish woman who's now settled in America, and it's 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 quite amazing to have been welcomed with open arms from the people of Punjab. So I'm so deeply grateful for the Sikh channel for your support of this release, which is very, very dear to my heart and something I've dreamed about releasing for so many years. And I hope it will open many hearts.
Thank you very much, Anita. Many congratulations on International Women's Day on the release of your Shabad, Mil Mere Pritam Jeo, by Surjan Singh Ragi, the original recording, a classic Shabad, which is now being brought back to life by you in a new format, in a new form, in a more modern setting, and hopefully will engage younger people as well who may not be familiar with the original Shabbat from the 1960s.
Yes, I love Bhai Surjan Singh's ji recording with the tabla, with the harmonium, and it is so classic and so touching. We wanted to make a musical version which had the traditional Indian sound, but also some contemporary sounds. So it is a little bit more modern, but we've tried to pay a deep respect to all the words and to the flow and to the feeling of the music, and by capturing the footage that hopefully will make people connect with this Shabbat in a very deep way. That's our hope and our goal.
That's absolutely tremendous. Thank you very much for joining us, Anita, and sharing us with your launch. We're very happy to support you, and please keep us posted of all your future progress and any further Dharmic projects. We'll be happy to support them across the SIKH Channel platforms here in the UK, Australia, and North America, and of course in India as well. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru.
मिल मेरे प्रीतमा जियो तुद बिन खरी निमाणी मिल मेरे प्रीतमा जियो तुद बिन खरी निमाणी दूध बिना खारी निमाणी दूध